Imagine biting into a smooth, dark chocolate bar, the rich aroma just filling your senses. The moment your teeth break through that glossy surface, you're greeted by a wave of deep, complex flavors. Notes of roasted cocoa, a hint of bitterness, and maybe even a subtle fruitiness that lingers on your tongue. It's a sensory experience that's both comforting and a little bit mysterious, inviting you to savor every bite. Maybe you prefer the creamy sweetness of milk chocolate, its velvety texture melting effortlessly in your mouth, or the satisfying crunch of chocolate with nuts, where the smoothness of cocoa meets the earthy snap of almonds or hazelnuts. Each type of chocolate offers its own unique pleasure, whether you're a fan of the bold and intense or the light and sweet. There's a chocolate out there for every mood and every moment. From decadent truffles dusted with cocoa powder to comforting cups of hot cocoa topped with clouds of whipped cream, chocolate has a way of bringing people together. It's a treat that transcends age and culture, delighting children and adults alike. Whether you're sharing a box of chocolates with friends, baking brownies with family, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a chocolate bar, this beloved treat has a special place in our lives. Across the globe, chocolate is a symbol of celebration, comfort, and even love. But have you ever stopped to wonder where this beloved treat actually came from? How did something so universally adored find its way from the depths of the rainforest to the shelves of every grocery store? The story of chocolate is more than just a tale of taste. It's a journey through time, culture, and innovation. The history of chocolate is long and fascinating, a journey that spans continents and cultures. It's a story filled with adventure, discovery, and transformation. From ancient rituals to modern factories, chocolate has traveled a remarkable path, shaped by the people and places it has touched along the way. Each country has added its own twist, creating a tapestry of flavors and traditions that continues to evolve. Chocolate's story begins thousands of years ago, far from the candy aisles of today. Back then, it looked and tasted nothing like the sweet confections we know now. Instead, it started as a humble bean, hidden inside the colorful pods of the cacao tree. These beans were so valuable that they were sometimes used as currency, traded and treasured by ancient peoples. Its origins lie in the ancient rainforests of Mesoamerica, in present-day Central America. Here, beneath the dense canopy, cacao trees flourished, their pods bursting with seeds that would one day become the foundation of a global obsession. The climate and soil of this region were perfect for growing cacao, making it a prized resource for the civilizations that called these lands home. Here, among the Olmec, Maya, and Aztec civilizations, chocolate held a revered place, not as a sweet treat but as a sacred drink reserved for rituals and ceremonies. The ancient peoples would grind cacao beans into a paste, mix it with water, spices, and sometimes chili, creating a frothy, bitter beverage. This drink was believed to have mystical properties, connecting them to the gods and used in important ceremonies, feasts, and even as an offering to royalty and warriors. Let's embark on a delicious journey through time to explore the captivating history of chocolate, from its humble beginnings as a bitter beverage to its modern-day status as a global indulgence. We'll discover how chocolate transformed from a sacred ritual drink into the sweet, creamy bars and treats we love today, and how it continues to inspire passion and creativity in every corner of the world. So, get ready to unwrap the story of chocolate, a tale as rich and layered as the treat itself. Deep within the lush emerald canopies of Central and South America, a remarkable story began to unfold. The tropical rainforests here, with their humid air and rich, fertile soil, provided the perfect sanctuary for a very special tree, the cacao tree. These forests, teeming with life and mystery, became the birthplace of a treasure that would one day captivate the world. The cacao tree, with its broad leaves and colorful pods, flourished in this environment, hidden away from the rest of the world for thousands of years. Long before the first words were ever written, ancient peoples living in these rainforests stumbled upon the cacao tree and its curious football-shaped pods. They quickly realized that these pods held something valuable inside, beans with a unique bitter taste and a host of mysterious properties. Through careful observation and experimentation, these early inhabitants learned to harvest the pods, extract the beans, and unlock their secrets. The cacao tree became an integral part of their daily lives, woven into their culture, diet, and even their spiritual beliefs. Archaeological discoveries have revealed that the Mayo Chinchipe people of what is now Ecuador were among the very first to cultivate cacao as far back as 5,300 years ago. At ancient dig sites, researchers have uncovered pottery shards and artifacts bearing traces of cacao residue, providing a fascinating glimpse into the distant past. These findings suggest that cacao was not only consumed but also revered, playing a significant role in the lives of these early people. The Mesoamerican's innovation marked the dawn of humanity's long and evolving relationship with chocolate. But the first taste of cacao was nothing like the sweet, creamy chocolate we enjoy today. Instead, the beans were fermented, ground, and mixed with water to create a thick, dark beverage. This early cacao drink was intensely bitter, earthy, and robust, an acquired taste to be sure. Yet for those who drank it, this beverage was more than just a refreshment. It was a source of energy, a ritual offering, and a symbol of connection to the natural world. Centuries later, the Olmec civilization emerged in Mesoamerica, around 1500 BCE. The Olmecs are often credited as one of the earliest cultures to truly master the art of cacao cultivation and use. They expanded upon the knowledge passed down from earlier peoples, developing new ways to grow, harvest, and process cacao. For the Olmecs, cacao was more than just a crop. It was a cornerstone of their society, woven into their rituals, trade, and daily life. The Olmecs were among the first to transform cacao beans into a drink, using stone tools to grind the beans into a paste, which they then mixed with water. This process required skill and patience, and the resulting beverage was thick, frothy, and still quite bitter. Yet, it was cherished for its invigorating qualities, and its role in social and religious gatherings. Over time, the Olmecs began to experiment with their cacao drink, adding spices, herbs, and even chili peppers to create complex and flavorful concoctions. This bitter, spicy brew was highly prized, reserved for the elite, and used in important ceremonies. It became a symbol of power, prestige, and spiritual connection, offered to the gods and shared among leaders during sacred rituals. The Olmecs' deep appreciation and knowledge of cacao laid the foundation for future civilizations. Their traditions and techniques were passed down to the Maya and the Aztec, who would further elevate cacao's status in their own societies. For these cultures, cacao became not just a drink, but a currency, a sacred offering, and a symbol of life itself. The journey of chocolate had only just begun, but its roots were already firmly planted in the rich soils of the ancient rainforest. The Maya civilization, flourishing in the lush rainforests of Central America from around 250 to 900 CE, held cacao in the highest regard. To the Maya, cacao was not just a crop, it was a sacred substance, believed to be a divine gift from the gods themselves. The importance of cacao was woven into the very fabric of their society, mythology, and daily life. The Maya developed sophisticated agricultural techniques to cultivate cacao trees, carefully tending to the delicate plants in the shade of the jungle canopy. They understood the unique needs of the cacao tree, using specialized tools and knowledge passed down through generations. Cacao was so valuable that entire communities would participate in its cultivation and harvest, making it a cornerstone of the Mayan economy and culture. The cacao beverage, known as xocolotl in the Mayan language, was much more than a simple drink. It was a frothy, bitter concoction, often mixed with spices, and played a vital role in religious ceremonies, royal feasts, and important social gatherings. Cacao beans were so precious that they were even used as a form of currency, traded for goods and services, and offered as tribute to rulers and deities. Centuries later, the Aztecs, who rose to power in the 14th century in what is now central Mexico, encountered the traditions of the Maya and quickly adopted many of their cacao customs. For the Aztecs, cacao became a symbol of wealth, power, and divine favor, deeply integrated into their own rituals and daily life. According to Aztec legend, the god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent deity, descended from the heavens to bring the cacao tree to humanity. This myth elevated cacao to a sacred status, and it was believed that drinking xocolotl brought one closer to the gods. The Aztecs also used cacao beans as currency, with the beans serving as a medium of exchange for everything from food to clothing. However, the consumption of the prized xocolotl beverage was reserved for the elite, rulers, warriors, priests, and honored guests. For the common people, cacao was a luxury rarely tasted. The Aztec version of the cacao drink was intensely bitter and spicy, often flavored with vanilla, chili peppers, and other aromatic spices. This unique combination created a complex and invigorating beverage, quite different from the sweet chocolate we know today. Unlike the Maya, the Aztecs did not cultivate cacao themselves, as the cacao tree could not grow in the highlands of their empire. Instead, they obtained cacao beans through extensive trade networks and as tribute from conquered peoples in the tropical lowlands. This made cacao not only a symbol of luxury and power, but also a testament to the vast reach and influence of the Aztec civilization. In the 16th century, the Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernán Cortés, arrived in Mexico. They encountered the Aztec civilization and its reverence for cacao. Cortés recognized the economic potential of cacao and sent shipments of cacao beans back to Spain. Initially, the bitter xocolotl did not appeal to European palates. However, Spanish ingenuity led to a transformation. Sugar, cinnamon, and other spices were added to the drink, creating a sweeter, more palatable version that quickly gained favor in the Spanish court. For nearly a century, Spain held a monopoly on chocolate, keeping its preparation a closely guarded secret. Eventually, chocolate's popularity spread throughout Europe, captivating the aristocracy of Italy, France, and England. Chocolate houses emerged as fashionable gathering places, rivaling the popularity of coffee houses. The 19th century brought significant advancements in chocolate production. In 1828, Dutch chemist Coenraad Johannes van Houten invented a method for separating cocoa butter from cocoa powder. This innovation had a profound impact on chocolate, leading to the creation of smoother, more palatable chocolate. In 1847, the British company J.S. Fry & Sons created the first solid eating chocolate by combining cocoa powder, sugar, and cocoa butter. This marked a turning point in chocolate history, paving the way for the mass production of chocolate bars. The Industrial Revolution further revolutionized chocolate making. Mechanization made mass production possible, making chocolate more affordable and accessible to the general public. New techniques for refining and conching chocolate resulted in smoother, creamier textures. As chocolate production flourished, iconic chocolate companies emerged, forever changing the landscape of the industry. In 1842, Cadbury, a British company, began selling chocolate commercially. Swiss chocolatier Daniel Peter introduced milk chocolate in 1875, adding condensed milk to the recipe. In 1879, Swiss chocolatier Rodolphe Lindt invented the conching machine, a process that further refined chocolate, giving it a velvety, smooth texture that melted on the tongue. Other notable names such as Hershey, Mars, and Nestlé emerged, creating a global industry and bringing a vast array of chocolate creations to the market. Chocolate became a global phenomenon, enjoyed by people from all walks of life. The 20th century witnessed the rise of chocolate bars, bonbons, truffles, and countless other confections, solidifying chocolate's place as a beloved treat.